A beastie bacon has been served up inside of a Scottish prison by his own son, believe it or not. Now, this article has just come about today, and the title of it says, Son's Revenge. Sex beast dad stabbed by son he's never met before in Scottish prison in revenge attack for abuse of mum. So, when I've been reading the article, which I'm going to go over in a minute, Lee Spence, who's 25, launched a frenzied attack on his dad, John, inside of HMP Perth on July the 12th, 2025, slicing at his head and neck. Another one bites the dust. Another bacon done inside, but I'm going to go over it in a second, people. But Lee Spence had never met his own father before. And even though they both had the same second name still, Lee Spence and his dad, John Spence, ended up on the same wing, believe it or not. And this is when he's realised who his dad is, and he's launched the attack on him for what he put his mother through when he was a youngster. And also, this despicable wrong'un is inside serving a sentence for what he had done to his two stepdaughters. So, in the High Court in Edinburgh, they heard that John had no idea Lee was his son from a previous relationship, and the pair had never met, despite them both serving this sentence on the same wing. Prosecutor Fraser Matheson told the judge, Lord Renucci, on Friday that Lee knew exactly who John was and had wanted revenge for his dad, subjecting his mum to years of domestic abuse. This led to him attacking John, who needed urgent treatment in Ninewells Hospital following the assault. Mr. Matheson said Lee Spence made incriminating admissions to prison officers following the attack. He added the accused told prison officers that he had slashed the complainer as he assaulted his mother when he was a baby. Lord Renucci asked Mr. Matheson, was the complainant aware that it was his father? He replied he was aware he had a son, but he did not know who his son was. The court heard how John had spent the moments before the attack looking for a cup. He walked into Spence's cell, and this led to him being attacked. Spence told the prison officers that he flushed the weapon down the toilet after the attack. Now, he's obviously had a bad defence team, because with this being his dad, they're going to look at it and think, right, there's got to have been obviously a motive and reason why he's assaulted his father in such a way that it's been an attempted murder charge. He could have easily wangled out of that attempted murder charge, but he's pled guilty. I'm going to go over it a little bit more, but I'm going to tell you, what I think about that. He could have gotten out of that attempted murder and could have gotten done with something. I'm not sure what the sections are up in Scotland, but down in England, it's section 20, which is grievous bodily harm, or section 18, which is grievous bodily harm with intent. He could have gotten off with that. I'd imagine he could have gotten done with the grievous bodily harm. He could have just said on a flick of the moment, he's just seen him and just went, right, that's definitely him, and he's just lost it. He could have said there was no intent there. As soon as he seen him and realised it was him, he attacked him. And he could have said he didn't plan it. And he could have gotten away with a lesser charge. But with it being an attempted murder, which is the next step down from a murder charge, attempted murder, he's going to get slammed. So Defence Solicitor Advocate Gordon Martin KC told Lord Renucci that his client's mum told him of the alleged abuse that John carried out on her, and that this motivated him to attack the complainer. So why didn't the Defence Solicitor Advocate Gordon Martin go into it a bit further and say the reasons why, and it wasn't premeditated? Absolute idiot. Mr. Martin added he had no reason to doubt her. The story emerged after Spence Jr. of Leslie Fife pleaded guilty on Friday morning to a charge of attempted murder. Who the fuck would plead guilty to that? You should have at least ran the trial and getting a lesser sentence. You could have fucking made loads of bullshit up to the jury about why you've done it. Even though he didn't have to make anything up, he's already got the reasons because of what happened to his mother. The jury would have looked on him and just felt sorry for him and thought, for someone to attack their own dad in such a way, they've got to have been something grave went on in his younger years for him to do this. Earlier this week we told, this is the article I'm reading, how John Spence's two stepdaughters waived their right to anonymity to speak out against the monster. Kristen Kerr, 30, and Kelly Black, 26, told how they were left living in constant fear of the ex-soldier's mental, physical and sexual abuse. Starting when Kirsten was about 5 and Kelly a toddler, the brute would threaten to shoot them with a gun and regularly thrash them. Kirsten said Spence ordered her red locks to be shaved off after years of calling her a ginger bastard. He also I've got to be careful what I say on here because this will flag up with the words I'm using. So he also essayed her with a rifle when she was just 8. Kelly was shown violent war and videos from a young age and faced physical abuse. Spence, then a crofter in remote Sutherland, finally faced justice after the sisters bravely went to the police in 2021. He was jailed for 4 years in July. 4 years, what an absolute joke. I'm left speechless as you will be. A 4-year sentence, them two poor sisters must feel really let down by that measly sentence. I bet they're glad that young Spence has gotten a hold of him in the way he did, but they'll probably feel sorry for that lad now who's going to get an extra sentence on top. Last night, Kelly said, karma comes to bad people. The harm he caused us was profound, lifelong, and far beyond anything that can be repaired or compared. Lee, his son, and God knows what his mum had to endure. Lord Renucci deferred Lee's sentence for the attack on his father for the court to obtain reports into his background. He will be sentenced at the High Court in Glasgow on January the 9th, 2026. So what an absolute wrong'un he is, and his son is now going to have to suffer that sentence when he's sentenced, or he's going to have to endure that sentence for the attack on his beastie dad. So when he gets sentenced in January of next year. But I will leave that one there for now. People, hopefully you are still enjoying the content. And as usual, if you are, remember to comment, like and subscribe. Enjoy the rest of your day, but most importantly, stay safe.